That is amazing, even if I say so myself. Hey guys, it's me, bupssaggu, oi, and this is Music in Quarantine, week 7, Love Week. Bupssaggu, oi. Just before we get into this week's video, I've got to say big up to everybody who showed a lot of love for last week's tutorial, how to make a romantic bhangra banger. I've had heaps of messages from around the world. A lot of you want to hear it as an actual track. Watch this space, you never know. A lot of you associate me as the DJ producer that makes dance floor bangers. However, this week we're going to flip the script. I do have a senti side to me. So this week I'm going to demonstrate to you how I make a guitar-led love song. Let's get straight into the video. The song we're going to break down today is my forthcoming release, Rabb Jinnah, featuring Hargun Kaur, who was a finalist on The Voice India and Indian Idol. The song is written by a good friend of mine, Atri, and it sounds a little something like this. तेरे बिन ता सजा जाने जा रब जिन्ना करा तैनू प्यार ओ सजना. How amazing does she sound? If you listen to the vocal dry, it sounds a little something like this. तूरे अखियां दे नेड़े तेरे नाल खुशियां खेड़े. To treat her vocal, I added firstly an auto-tune, not very high just to keep her in. Secondly, I added a channel compressor. Then I applied a channel EQ and took out the frequencies I didn't want. How I eliminate uncomfortable frequencies is by narrowing the bandwidth, exaggerating it, and moving it along the spectrum until I hear something that's uncomfortable to the ear and notch it down. Like that one there, 1080 Hertz, and all you do is notch it down. Don't take it down too much because we want some of those frequencies in there to give the vocal that characteristic. That sounds pretty good to me. The next thing I added on her vocal was a CLA, lowered the bass slightly, increased the treble, and added a slight compression. Then after that I added a de-esser. I applied a vocal rider. The purpose of a vocal rider is to automate the vocal so it stays within a range. Then I added a delay. And finally a reverb using Space Designer. The last two things I added in the vocal section were the ad-libs. The backing vocal, all that really does is add harmonic content and depth in her vocal. Sounds pretty good to me. The next thing I added was my chords using the Retro Synth stock plugin in Logic. Kept it a very simple 3-chord progression because our guitar will be doing majority of the work. To assist the Rhodes underneath, I added a pad from Serum. Nice and warm. For my guitarist, I played a very simple reference. I used a stock guitar in EXS24. And that was enough for the guitarist to get an idea of the bounce and rhythm that I wanted for this song. Played with the pads and Rhodes. The next thing I worked on was my kick section. The first thing I played was my kick using Ultra Beat. Then after that I added my snares. To accompany the main snare I added a tambourine. I added a snapper. Underneath that kit section I added a bed beat. Using a channel EQ took out majority of the bottom end and the top end to give it that underwater sound. In addition to that I recorded some mouth clicks. give it that radio effect again. Play together with my filter beat. Finally, in the main kit section, I added some snare rolls. Next, I added my hi-hat. I kept the pattern fairly simple. The remaining elements I added in the top section was a simple open hat, lo-fi shaker, a crash and a reverse crash. And finally, some chimes. All together now. Sira bhai sira, love ho gaya love. The last thing I added at this stage was a bass line. I used the deep sub bass from Alchemy. I left the track at that stage. I bounced down the loop, sent it off to my guitarist, and 1 week later, I had this. After hearing that, I couldn't wait to finish the track. The first thing I added, vocal chops. I added a few rises, swooshes and sweeps. For the verses, I kept the first 4 bars very simple. I took out a lot of the kit section, simplified the bass line and added a bell sound from Chromophone. Then the beat comes in for the remainder of the verse. Now that I completed the arrangement of the whole song, I inserted my guitars. I created separate tracks for each riff, placed them where I wanted to in the song, and with the guitar added, it sounds something like this. I can't wait for this to come out. One key thing for me when it comes to love songs and ballads is to keep the music as simple as possible and let the vocal do the work. The only thing missing for me in the song was a few lead flute pieces. I had this recorded in Delhi. How beautiful, how beautiful. And for the last chorus, I did a bupssaggu special and completely stripped the beat back, and then it comes back in with impact. Bellissimo. So there you have it, guys. This is how I construct a guitar-led Punjabi love song. Let me know what you think of the forthcoming track. Leave your comments down below and keep in check with my social media to find out the official release date for this beautiful romantic banger. As for the acapella this week, I'm going to give you guys something very, very special. A vocal by a dear friend of mine, Jati Cheed. This is a song called Milky, a former #1 on the Asian download charts.
Gora chitta rang pure dudh ware gaaniyon to pag banda hai thok thok ke. Gora chitta rang pure dudh ware gaaniyon to pag banda hai thok thok ke. Pag banda hai thok thok ke. And that is Milky, an acapella for you guys to work to this week. And a big announcement, the official release date for Gal Dildi is next Friday, the 22nd of May, a summer anthem. Bupssaggu, Sony Pabla, Gal Dildi, the UK garage
remix. Remember to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to stay notified every time I upload a new video. From myself, bupssaggu, once again, it's been an absolute pleasure. Remember to stay safe, stay alert. Until next time, peace.